Yes, people, what's happening? Hope everyone's enjoying their Monday. Just thought I'd come and give you guys a quick little 5-minute talk, and you know what it's based on? Yeah, it's based on, you know what it is, for me, there's been a lot of talk about Bukayo Saka, and I think many people might think that with myself, I have a personal thing against Saka, which I don't. I just like to call things as I see it. And Bukayo Saka is someone that, obviously by a lot of Arsenal fans, and I think by a lot of fans in general anyway, as being rated as one of the best wide players in the world, or maybe, someone obviously has said to me before that he's top 10 in the world players, and for me, I think Bukayo Saka is a good player. I think he's a very good Premier League player, but I think that's where it stops. Do I think he's world level? I don't. I just think he's a good player that's playing in a system at Arsenal that gets the best probably out of him. But he's not someone that I look at and I think this guy can go and play for any team in the world. Not at one moment do I think that. There's been talk about him being on par with the likes of Lamine, Yamal, Michael Olise, and a few others. But those two are the two standout names for me in terms of left-footed right wingers. And again, he's not on that level for me, and I think because he plays for Arsenal and Arsenal are, top of the league at the moment and they're doing well in the Champions League through to the next round, I think people just get carried away and think that because their team are doing that, their players automatically are going to be amongst the, the best in the world. And not for me. I think Saka, as I said, Saka for me, his strengths are his strength on the ball. He's very good at protecting the ball. He does play the simple pass, very rarely loses the ball as well. But in terms of, for me, of being a top wide player, is the creativity, it's the showing up in key moments, and then obviously using the numbers as a bonus, and which brings me on nicely to Lamine Yamal, because for me, Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world right now, and I've been saying that for ever since he broke on and became a regular in Barcelona's first team and Spain. You could tell that this guy was on his way to being the best, and that's what he is for me right now. And it's funny that, Lamine Yamal has got a hat-trick in his career before Bukayo Saka, And obviously, Bukayo Saka, what's he on now? 300 grand a week. The guy hasn't got a hat-trick to his name since he's been playing in the Arsenal first team, which I believe now is probably about, 6 years, I think he's been in the first team? 6-7 years now. The same amount of time that Arteta's been there, you would say, or just a year, obviously, after Arteta went there. And as I said, this season, I think the guy's got 5 league goals, Bukayo Saka. 5 league goals and I believe 4 assists. I think I might be slightly wrong, but I'm not too sure if anyone can check that. But for me personally, man, for a guy that's getting paid 300 grand a week to get 5 goals and 4 assists, yeah, not to mention if he was someone that I looked at and thought, you know what, he's a top quality player, his numbers don't really make a difference, because as I said, I use numbers not as the measuring stick, but as a bonus for players if they are performing. And the fact that I've seen Saka play a few times this season, there has been games where he has played well, but the majority of the time, he's not really showing why he should be getting paid 300 grand a week, and the numbers don't really back that up either. I've always said, if you look at someone like Jarrod Bowen, for instance, what he's doing at West Ham, a team that's near relegation, could Saka go to West Ham and do what Jarrod Bowen is doing right now? And I don't think he can, because I think the system works well for Saka. But as you can see, Jarrod Bowen, he's got more numbers than Saka, and he's playing he's playing in a team that is inferior to Arsenal, really. So again, when people say Saka's the best player one of the best players in the world, or he's one of the best wingers in the game, I mean, not for me. And he's not on the level of Yamal, Olise. Amad Diallo for me is a better footballer than Bukayo Saka. Again, Saka's playing in a team where he's been there for, over 6 years, where he's found his place. Whereas Amad has been playing at wing back 1 minute, You know, obviously he's a number 10 by trade, but has been playing out wide a lot of the time. And that's why I hope, you know, next season, Ahmad transitions to a more central position to get him more on the ball. You know, but yeah, as I said, man, I look at Saka as a very good Premier League player, just like a lot of their players. But when it starts coming to the point of he's world class or he's one of the best players in the world, not for me, you know. And as I said, he's got a long way to kind of prove that, you know. I mean, if he manages to win Arsenal a Premier League and a Champions League this season and is instrumental, then yeah, maybe people will start saying that, and there's room for conversation on that. But not for me. But guys, let me know what you think. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you share the channel. And I'm going to be live, obviously, back tonight at 5:30 with our usual stream with Fitz and Jonas. So yeah, make sure you guys come and join us through there. And obviously, we'll be live on Wednesday as well to do our all-time Liverpool 11. So yeah, make sure you join us at 8 PM for that one on Wednesday. And yeah, catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy.